And how long has this scheme been operated in Britain?
At least, I think it's 18 years.
Right.
There's been a group in Silverdale for I think maybe 12 years.
Really?
Yeah, and they take 18 children.
So have you been in touch with any of these families in Silverdale?
I've talked to the director of the charity, lives in Silverdale, so I've spoken to her quite extensively.
Oh, right.
And if I manage to get people interested in this and identify that there's support in the town and people want to do this, then this lady will come and do a presentation
Yeah.
for us, and so that everyone can find out about it in great detail.
And there might be the opportunity of visiting Silverdale and talking to the parents, the people who've taken the children, see what they thought.
Well, I imagine that would be possible.
Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't see any reason why.
And would you hope, at the ideal, you mentioned September, when would you hope the first children to be coming here?
Well, it would be lovely if we could get it in place by September. We need to get on with raising the money quite quickly.
So ideally, you're aiming to raise £6,000 by September.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Through charity
Yeah.
events.
What reasons would you suggest that for people getting involved with some children from Russia? Is that right? But is it Russia?
Belarus.
Yeah. Rather than getting involved with children in the UK?
Well, in the UK, there are a lot of problems and there's a lot of children in need. But generally, there are agencies and support. I mean, I'm not saying that we don't, they don't need extra support or the government's got it sorted. But in Belarus, the problem is so much worse. The children, a lot of them live in cramped apartments where maybe there's just 2 rooms for the entire family, and sofas become beds. And these children, we could help 10 children stay healthy if they keep coming back and give them a boost and give them a real chance of living their lives.
Can you see any spin-offs that could work out from this? In other words, things to benefit children or people in Ulverston?
Well, obviously children could, if they're hosting a Belarusian child, then they can, that's going to really broaden their horizons. They're going to see, how people, experience and find out about how people in other cultures live. The child, well, the interpreter, I think, goes around the families, and so, they could translate from the child, what their home life was like. And people would be able to see that their efforts and their money, how much it's actually benefited the child. It wouldn't be setting up a direct debit to give money to a charity every month.
Yeah.
It would be like actual children coming to your town, and you'd see them blossom. From what I've read, there's a difference in their complexion from when they arrive. When they arrive quite ashen faced from not eating proper food and just being exposed to having their immune systems constantly beaten by this radiation, to when they leave, apparently they go mad for fruit. So,
right.
Yeah, they just love it and just want to eat lots of it.
So you need to get a good supply of apples, oranges, and
what often happens, I believe, is that churches send out a request for people to bring fruit and things like that, so the burden of buying all this fruit wouldn't fall on the host families.
Yeah, good. So you really want a little support system around the host families. They could get the neighbours to help in a minor kind of way with fruit and vegetables.
Yeah, we also people just to support the host families. So maybe if the host families had to go out one night, or there was a family emergency, the host families, the helpers could step in. Obviously, everyone has to be vetted. There's child protection policies that the charity has in place to protect the children. So, you'd have to do a CRB check.
Yeah.